Path of Silence. In the northern reaches of Oregon, near the forgotten town of Elm Creek, lies an old forest trail known to locals as the Path of Silence. It's absent from official maps, and whispers about it are shared only in hushed tones. Legends say those who enter either vanish without a trace or return, changed. 5 friends from Portland, Jake, Maya, Ben, Ashley, and Chris, were seasoned hikers and adventure bloggers. Always seeking the next thrill, they stumbled upon mentions of the Path of Silence on an old survivalist forum. Enticed by the mystery, they decided to document their journey into the unknown for their channel. Arriving in Elm Creek on a crisp Friday morning, they found a town seemingly frozen in time. At the local store, an elderly man named Walter warned them, "If you value your lives, stay away. The forest doesn't forgive." Dismissing his caution as folklore, they ventured forth, leaving their vehicle near an abandoned Boy Scout camp, now overrun by nature. Initially, the hike was uneventful. They laughed, filmed, and shared stories around the campfire. But as they delved deeper, anomalies arose. Their GPS devices failed, compasses spun erratically, and the sun seemed stationary in the sky. Jake suggested retracing their steps, but the trail had vanished, replaced by unfamiliar terrain. Strange symbols, resembling ancient runes, appeared carved into tree trunks. Maya, with her interest in the occult, noted they resembled protective sigils. That night, a haunting moan echoed through the woods. Ben ventured out to investigate and never returned. They found his backpack shredded, as if by claws. Panic set in. The forest grew oppressive, sounds muffled, and an eerie silence prevailed. The next night, Ashley vanished without a sound. Desperate, the remaining trio stumbled upon an old hunting lodge. Inside, dust-covered photographs depicted them in vintage attire, dated 1974. Maya discovered a journal detailing rituals to appease forest spirits, specifically one called the Master of Silence, a being that feeds on sound and memories. Reciting a protective chant, she inadvertently invoked a profound silence. From the shadows emerged a tall, faceless entity, gliding noiselessly. Chris attempted to scream, but no sound escaped. The entity enveloped him, leaving no trace. Jake and Maya fled, but Maya suddenly disappeared, as if erased from existence. Jake found himself back at the camp, now dilapidated and overtaken by wilderness. Their vehicle was gone. Time had lost meaning. He recorded a final message. "If you find this, don't enter the forest. It consumes silence. It consumes you." 2 years later, a hiker discovered the camera. No other evidence of the group was ever found. Only a scorched circle remained where the camp once stood, enveloped in an unnatural hush. The video surfaced online, sparking debates and theories. Comments ranged from skepticism to chilling affirmations. At user 442, "Just a hoax, right?" Woodwalker 13, "I'm from Oregon. That trail, it's real." Ben drowned A7, "I ventured there once. The silence, it's inside me now." As the screen fades to black, a faint, almost imperceptible exhale is heard. If you'd like assistance with narration, pacing, or further adaptations, feel free to ask. Deep Beneath the Roots. 6 friends, Tyler, Madison, Eric, Zoe, Nathan, and Lena, set out on a hiking trip in the Appalachian wilderness, seeking an escape from modern life. They ventured into a secluded area known as Old Vale Hollow, a place shrouded in local legends and absent from official maps. Despite warnings from locals about the hollow's eerie silence and unsettling occurrences, the group proceeded, eager to document their adventure. As they delved deeper into the forest, they noticed the absence of wildlife and an oppressive stillness that seemed to envelop the woods. Strange phenomena began to unfold. Trees appeared to shift positions, and the forest seemed to rearrange itself, confounding their sense of direction. At night, they heard whispers and movements beneath the ground, as if something ancient stirred beneath the roots. One by one, members of the group vanished without a trace. Eric disappeared after investigating a distant sound. Zoe was last seen following a voice that mimicked Eric's. Madison was found lifeless, her body entwined with roots. Desperate and terrified, the remaining friends discovered a sinkhole pulsating with a strange energy. Within, they glimpsed grotesque figures and countless eyes staring back at them. Nathan succumbed to madness, murmuring about becoming part of the forest. Lena was ensnared by the roots, leaving Tyler alone to record a final message. If you're watching this, stay away from Old Vale Hollow. The forest doesn't just surround you, it consumes you. A year later, a hiker found the abandoned camera. The footage surfaced online, sparking debates and chilling testimonies from others who had encountered the Hollow's malevolent presence. If you'd like assistance with narration pacing or further adaptations, feel free to ask. With the fog. Day 1. Arrival 6. Friends set out to explore a remote area of the Shoshone National Forest, far from cell towers and marked trails. Their goal, to disconnect, record nature, maybe do a live stream, and hear some scary local legends. They made camp near an old quarry, abandoned and overgrown. Travis set up the cameras. Brandon mapped the route. Everyone was excited. Lori found something strange buried in the dirt, a wooden symbol like a medallion, carved with strange symbols. "This isn't native," she said. "It's older." Day 2. The fog. The next morning, fog covered the forest. It had no source, no wind, no humidity, no warning. It was just there, thick, heavy, silent. Their phones stopped working. Compass needles spun wildly. GPS said they were off-grid, very off. When Travis reviewed his camera footage, he noticed something odd. In some clips, a tall, still figure stood between the trees, not moving. Emily began hearing whispers, low, slow voices calling her name. Lori grew pale, but said nothing. Day 3. Vanished. Derek was the first to go missing. His sleeping bag was empty in the morning. His boots were gone. The only clue was a trail of drag marks in the dirt, leading into the trees, then stopping cold. Brandon and Nina searched with walkie-talkies, but instead of Derek's voice, they heard their own voices played back, distorted and slowed down, as if something underground was repeating them. Emily had a panic attack. Lori finally spoke. "I've read about things like this. Old spirits, not ghosts, not demons, something older, the fog. It wakes them." Day 4. Voices in the mist. They tried to leave, walked for hours, but every direction led back to the same clearing, the same camp, over and over. Travis placed a motion camera on a tree and walked away with the group. When they returned, they checked the footage. Something came into the camp. It walked straight to the camera. It had no eyes, just smooth black skin where its face should have been. That night, Lori made a circle of salt. When everyone else slept, she burned the wooden medallion. The fog screamed. Not the wind, not animals, the fog itself. Final day. They took us. Emily vanished. She was just gone. Her tent was slashed open from the inside, then Nina disappeared too, while collecting firewood. No sound, no struggle, just silence. Brandon, Lori, and Travis were the only ones left. Brandon started recording a video message. If anyone finds this, don't trust the fog. These aren't spirits. They're older than memory. They don't kill. They take. Behind him, movement. Lori. But something was wrong. A second face was growing out of her shoulder, whispering in a language that didn't belong in this world. Brandon screamed. The camera fell, static, then silence, then slow, deep breathing, as if the forest itself was alive. Epilogue. 1 year later, a hiker found the memory card buried in moss. The footage was uploaded online. The uploader disappeared a week later. The comments flooded in, at Whisper Wanderer. This place is real. We call it Whisperwood. M-Shadow. I live near Shoshone. That fog watches people. L0 speaks. They took me too. I'm part of them now. Final frame, the last group photo. Originally 6 people. But in the video, there are 7 figures. And the 7th is too tall, too thin, and not human. The pines don't sleep. They're not resting. They're watching. Location: Kisatchie National Forest, Louisiana, USA. Main characters: Day 1, the forest calls. 6 friends set out to explore one of the deepest parts of Kisatchie National Forest. Jason planned the route. Leo was filming for their documentary. Maya wanted to capture something paranormal. Chris didn't believe in anything but science. That night was peaceful, almost too quiet. The only sound came from the trees, as if they were whispering. Day 2. The signs. In the morning, strange objects appeared around their camp, hanging twig dolls laced with tiny bones. None of them admitted to putting them there. Leo's camera caught something strange from the night. A tall figure with long limbs, moving silently past their tents. Anna began talking about a recurring dream, walking through the woods, hearing heavy breathing behind her. But when she turned, everything froze. Day 3. The forest wakes. The trail started shifting. Maps didn't match the terrain. GPS went dead. Voices weren't just in their dreams anymore. They were in their ears, clear and cold. Chris argued, it's swamp gas, decay, hallucinations, all explainable. But then they heard his own voice echoing in the woods, distorted like it was being mocked by the trees. Maya whispered, this place is alive. Day 4. Disappearance. Tori vanished after a heated argument. Jason and Anna searched, but all they found was her jacket, hanging from a branch 12 feet off the ground. Leo reviewed his night footage. At 3:14 a.m., the zipper on his tent slowly opened. The lens caught a pair of unmoving eyes staring in, but no one was there. Night 4. Breathing pines. That night, the trees creaked and groaned, not from the wind, but like they were stretching. Branches moved on their own. Maya claimed she heard Tori calling her name, but it sounded mechanical, wrong. Jason found a human finger, blackened and hardened in sap. Day 5. No way out. Chris was next. His bag was left by the fire. On it, scrawled in charcoal, I saw the roots move. Then time itself seemed to break. Jason lost track of hours. Anna cried, we've been walking in circles, the trees, they're not the same. Leo kept filming. It was the only thing keeping him sane, but even his voice in the footage grew weaker, like it was fading. Final night. Taken only 3 remained, Jason, Anna, and Leo. They decided not to sleep, but around 2 a.m., the forest began talking back, using their own voices. Jason heard his mother's voice, Leo heard Tori, Anna heard her own laughter from far, far away. By morning, Leo was gone. Jason recorded one last message. If you find this, the pines aren't trees, they're eyes. They feed, they wait, and they never sleep. In the final clip, Jason stares into the camera. His eyes are completely black. Epilogue. 6 months later, a group of students found a flash drive in a hollow tree. The footage was turned over to authorities. No bodies were found, only a trail of bones leading deeper into the forest. The last image, a group photo of all 6 friends. But zoom in, and between the trees stands a 7th figure, too tall, too thin, no mouth, just 2 pale, endless eyes.